Hello traders, this is a DAX recap video for Friday, March the 8th. We had an NFP announcement day today. This is the chart that was posted before the open. Main support, the same zone that we are using as a main support for many days, and the important zones. Yesterday low, this is the situation that was in the pre-market, and in the pre-market already price went below pre-market low, and this was the main resistance zone with the previous cash close inside it, meaning that a pullback to this zone would be an automatic short for us, good shorting opportunity, but we didn't had that today, because today also, as yesterday, a specific day, yesterday we had ECB press conference, today we had the NFP report, and the usual market behavior is to chop into it, no matter that the sentiment was clearly negative, because I said, you see, indices are now all below their respective 200 daily average, and that early action could favor inventory correction. What that means? That means that all of the pre-market action is below previous cash close, meaning that all pre-market action is 100% net short, and that usually favors, that move usually will favor early inventory correction, meaning an upside move first. That is something that you can learn from Jim Dalton. I suggest you can follow him on Twitter, and if you have time, read some of his work. Now let's go to the charts. So pre-market high was here around 500, and pre-market low was here, made pretty much a few minutes before the open, and right at the open we had a chance for that inventory correction to take advantage of it, to take a long. It would be just a small long, and I had that idea and had that trade also, because main support is very close to the pre-market low, and at this time at 9 a.m. nobody's guarantee you that they wouldn't just make that move like 15-20 points to the downside, that just to test that main support zone at 905 and then go to the upside. So that was the risk of this trade, and when you see that this move it's quite different than this down move. Also, this was news driven. First there was an ECB news driven move to the upside, then it failed, and in this move you can see vividly that this is 5-minute chart, there are huge 5-minute candles to the downside. In this move you got to have some continuation type trades, from this move, then you have a pullback, then you short that pullback. But this is just a slow grind, methodic selling, probably with low volume in the pre-market session. So really nothing concerning that much here. And markets could just make that inventory correction immediately after the open. So this here, because market basically opened at pre-market low, made some kind of base here. This could be your first smallish long opportunity for just like 20 points. After that they made a rejection from the yesterday low zone, when you could attempt a short immediately after closing this. Now you are observing, and when market is in the middle of the yesterday's low zone, you can take your short with a stop above the zone, but that didn't really yielded anything, and after a few hours of this chop, then it was clear that the market would most probably just range into the NFP announcement. After this, because this trade you could take like 20 points or finished as a break even, nothing much, and then you had another shorting opportunity here when you observed that the market made basically a false break above the yesterday low zone. And when you see that the market is going inside the zone, now this is your chance for shorting this zone again with your stop above these spikes here, and again seeking for a first target, a move to the pre-market low, and secondary target would be testing this main support zone. And it would be very, very late indeed to get this target. So if you just closed it here for like 20-25 points, it is okay. Because in in this kind of chop where market is chopping like inside of the, let's say, 45 points, I mean, you can't get much. You can get just like 25-30 points at best. And then this is here the time when the NFP announcement was released. And to be honest, very disappointing release. They just made this 40 points move into the main support zone. And as said before, a main support zone reaction expected on both zones on the first test, meaning main support and main resistance, which is here. And this was the first test of the main support zone. Now, also note that when you have a situation like this, that market is balancing very close to the support zone, you should really think twice, are you going to take that trade or not? But because this is a main support zone, here risk is a bit smaller than, let's say, it is chopping right above here, about this zone. So this is the main zone, this is the zone from the higher time frames, and the higher probability that buyers are going to defend this zone, and they did. And after the leaving of this range that was formed in the beginning of the RTH session, they tested going back inside the range, and here is your exit right there for a quick, let's say, 40 points at best trade. And that was it really for today. No big moves. I will just show you one of the usual setups on the S&P and wrap this video for today. This is it on the S&P. Let's switch to the 1 minute chart to observe this better. And S&P was also drifting lower entire pre-market session. This is overnight high, so overnight session for them. And this line here represents the open of the US market, and what they did, they just tested the overnight low, made a small spring there, and slowly make their move into the next resistance, into this resistance here. So this is the most common bullish setup you can ever see. This is it for this DAX recap video, and in the weekend I will make a weekly video looking at the larger time frames and a look ahead on DAX and US indices. I wish you a nice weekend and good trading.